Okay, so good morning, ladies. I am so excited to be doing this with you two.
Good morning.
Thought about who I could do self-awareness with, like who I could um start the kick the thing off about sharing our self-awareness journey. I thought about the people close to me who are already in the habit of being emotionally bare before others. So I thought about you two, and I thought about my friend Chloe, who had to take care of something this morning, so she left me with the babies. You owe me, Chloe, but we understand. I could just pretend I'm y'all's age. That's how we can do this, like we're just three girls. But I applaud you all for being young and being willing to be bare. Like both of you are able to do that, and you do that on a regular basis, and not just because you're my daughter, Amber. You don't even mind like not doing your makeup. You'll come on however. You just push past those barriers that people usually hide behind. And so, not just because you were my daughter, that's why I picked you. And Keandria, you are doing a podcast where you are going into those topics that people don't usually talk about. You've shared your journey with your biological dad. You've shared lots of things. And so I just want people to understand the importance of self awareness. When we are self aware, we are self controlled. And I don't mean self controlled by means of, oh, I'm not going to do anything wrong. When I
Yeah.
say self controlled, it's like no one else is holding my remote control and making me
Mm,
like I'm a puppet.
mm,
Right.
mm.
I am
That's
self
deep.
controlled because I know my triggers.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean I've mastered my triggers, but our triggers hold pain, they hold history, they hold childhood wounds. And when we get curious about our triggers, when we know our triggers, we're no longer acting like robots to somebody else's remote control.
True. And one more thing I wanted to add to triggers, while they hold all of those other things, they also hold value because when you know what your triggers are, then that's helpful to you, and not only you, but the people who are around you. So they hold lots of value as well. So it takes time to get to know your triggers, but it is beneficial.
Yes, and I like that you pointed out the good, because I was having a conversation about with Amber about how my weaknesses are now my superpower, and
Mm,
my weaknesses trained me in areas that now I don't struggle with things that some people struggle with. Like I used to
mm,
be a people pleaser. And I get triggered whenever people bring up people pleasing, like we're just butt kissers and wanting
Right.
other people to like us, because people pleasing comes from a very innocent and very
mm,
honorable place. I want to please those around me so that we can all be happy. That's not something that's butt kissing, because it starts off as a child. A child comes into a situation and everybody's mad. And so, because the child is owning, did I do that? Let me make it better.
mm,
And so that follows you into adulthood and into relationships where you're in relationships with difficult people, and you're still saying, can I do something to make this better? Now,
mm.
now that I don't have the pain and the history tied to the people pleasing, I'm a thermostat, not a thermometer. So if I come into a room, I'm setting the temperature because I don't need anything from anybody around me to make this room warm. I don't need anything from
Hmm.
anyone around me to make this room happy. So
Yeah.
my people pleasing that the world said was so horrible is now my superpower. And
Mm.
so I like to encourage people to get beyond the labels, get beyond things that people throw around. Because the worst thing that could have happened in social media was now everybody's a therapist and everybody is using words like triggered and narcissist and toxic, and they don't realize how they're doing the same things.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot.
What's so
and it's
crazy is
just-
no.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's funny because I'm like, that was kind of why I didn't want to go in my apartment because I don't know how not to be. What did you say? A thermostat? I don't know how to not people please. I can't control it. So since my boyfriend's in my apartment, I couldn't go in there because I would be distracted by his mood, his energy,
And him hearing you
like
talk about yourself.
yeah, and like I don't know how to turn it off yet. I occasionally like when my like during my cycle when my cramps are like so overpowering, then I can be like, I don't even care about you because my uterus is talking to me real loud. But when I don't have any other distractions, like I am focused on how your energy has set the tone for this room. And I'm like, why is it so weird in here? In my car, I was just listening to music that made me happy. I just had a great workout. I just realized the reason that I needed to go in my apartment was because I need to eat. But I needed my protein shake. But that was the only reason I would have gone in there is because I knew I needed to eat after this workout. But I had set the tone in my car. So I'm like, my car is a safe space. I can't tell him what to do. And I can't tell him not to take this new realization that I want to share with my mom. How not to take that personal. So it's like,
I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
When you said your period is the time where you have the I don't give a F and you just, like, it made me want to say,
just drink this water.
Is it that your hormones cause it, or you have the reason, so then you're who you really want to be?
Yes, that's what it is. That part. Cause like I feel like when you I don't want to look. I don't want to answer the question for you, Amber, but cause like your hormones have you like raging crazy, you know, sometimes you just like, you know what, it doesn't matter. Whatever you guys want to do, you do that, but I'm gonna do what I want to do. Yeah. And so yeah, it gives you like that courage, like to be like, you know what, bump it. No, I'm not taking that. I don't want to hear that. I'm not listening to that. Cause I think sometimes like women, like we'll take off of work if it's too bad. Like we'll do whatever we want to do. Now, any other time, we're like, no, I don't want to call out because, you know, I want to accumulate my sick days. But when that cycle come on, you like, you know what? No, I would just take my day and go.
And
I feel like those sick days are
or is it a superpower? Weapon?
Because it's like my cramps sometimes are so bad that I literally cannot focus on anybody else. So I don't know.
But anytime you're taking control of self and the things around you, that's a superpower.
Yeah, right.
Right. So maybe then, even though, okay, so let's say some hormonal things are going on and the cramps are real. We know the why does it take that much? Like we're talking about self-awareness. And Amber, I'm not judging you. Please know that.
I taught you a lot years of people pleasing. 27 years of people pleasing. Maybe it takes these intense cramps.
Right. I taught you a lot of this. So there's no judgment here that if we have an extreme circumstances, then we self-care. If we have an extreme circumstance, then we stand in our voice. Then we're not micromanaging everybody's opinions around us. Then they get it raw, uncut with no chaser.
Dang. That's deep.
I feel that because even like this might be going off topic a little bit, but it's all love here. And by the way, I will say that Amber, it's no judgment here either. You know that.
I know that. Okay. I know. No, it's just honestly, anytime you see me like go off, it's because I'm like, dang, this deep.
Well,
that's literally my dang, that's deep. Oh no, I'm so hungry right now, and it's okay. I'm about to put this water in here. I mean, this thing in here, and I'll be fine. Yo.
Okay, love you, girl. What was I gonna say? Oh, okay, I was gonna say, Miss Christine, you brought up the fact that people will have to go.
Can I just be Christine? Hold on, I'm sorry. Can I just be Christine?
Sure. It's hard. Okay.
Do we have to call all my 50 years Miss?
No, what? It's
Miss
just
Christine.
it's the
Amber's-
southern look. It is the southern hospitality love that my grandmama done instilled in me, and she don't play about it. So I'm sorry. Okay, Christine. Oh, I feel fancy when I say that. Okay, so okay, so I was gonna say that I had a panic attack a few weeks ago, and so I called Amber, and I was just like, "Hey, friend, I need your help." Really, I don't even think I said that. I think I just called and just cried, like just
I think
bawled, like sobbed.
I just knew I
uncontrollably.
needed to focus. Yeah.
I just like sobbed uncontrollably. And so I knew that I could call her because like I knew that she would know what I was going through to an extent, but also just be able to like be there for me when I needed it, because I hadn't cried like that, I know, since I don't know. And so going back to the why does it take for us to almost break down, essentially for us to realize like, hey, I have to take care of myself. And so while I don't call myself like a people pleaser, because I don't really think I do that. I don't think I do that. But I do know that I do give. I give a lot, I pour a lot into people. And sometimes I know in 2020, I didn't do as much of that for myself.
Right.
So I think it all came crumbling down on me on December, what was that, 28th, I think it was. And I was just like, you know what? No, this is not, no. This is not gonna happen. I cannot do this. I will not do this. I will take care of myself. I will do better because I matter too. And there's no way that I can pour from this cup if it is empty. Like, absolutely no way.
Right.
So it does take, unfortunately, for us women and then women of color too, because all we know is to be strong and to give and to pour and to love and to just do so many things. And it's just like, what about you?
Right.
So
And it's not an either or, because what can happen and what happens in a lot of cases is that the people who have had those breakdowns, not realizing what the breakdown is for, like that panic you felt was it something inside saying, hey, Keandria, out of balance, warning, 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 been too long, warning, 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 you don't want to do this, I know you pushing, stop.
my goodness.
Some people.
But what's crazy is you had something big coming up that day that you didn't want to do, and that was
True, because I was
anyway.
like, I don't really want to leave my house. Like, I don't want to leave my house.
Yeah.
And so I'll give backstory. Like, I just for people who are watching, like I tutor. I'm in graduate school. I have a graduate assistantship. It is the coronavirus. Like, there are so many different things that are happening right now in life, and so I had just been pushing, giving my all. I also lost my grandmother in June, so I will say I was her baby and she was my baby, and so I didn't really like mourn or grieve, to be real. I just kind of pushed it, just kept pushing through because that's my dad's mom. And so for that, I needed to be strong for my dad because that was his best friend. He literally has mama's boy tatted on his arm. So it's that deep. So it's just like, I can't be sad because I don't want him to be sad. I don't want to trigger him. Boom. So I just kind of chilled that way. But yeah, I know for a fact that I had not been giving myself, the love that I needed. And so I knew instantly what it was. And I was just like, okay, well, I'm listening now. Don't worry, it won't happen again. I am listening. So if you think that I am like unapologetic, or if you thought that I was unapologetic before, now,
Right.
If
And
I
I'm
can't
gonna
do it,
tell
I can't
you,
do it.
the good thing here, like self-awareness, like that wasn't an off topic because it brings it full circle back to where we are. Panic attacks without self-awareness and without the courage to move, because it takes all those parts, right? Panic is telling you something. Self-awareness helps you interpret the message. Courage helps you make the decision. Sometimes people are stuck in that loop because they have the panic attack and they might not have the self-awareness, or they don't want to see. We get so mad, like, and we're not gonna even open this box. And so we'll have to come back, but we get so mad because the white supremacists don't want to see our plight. when we
But
all
we,
struggle with that thing, because if I see it, I must acknowledge it, I
Yes.
must live with it,
Yes.
and then I must do something about it, or I will let it plague me continually. So, panic
Agree.
attack, something's wrong, something's wrong. I know what it could be, but I ain't ready to face that. I know what it could be. I don't have the courage to do something about it. I don't have the courage to sit mama down, sit whoever down, or turn them down. Because sometimes you don't even have to have the conversations. It's so much better to turn people down than to cut them off. When you cut them off, they will worry you to death. Why you cut me off? Why you got to be like that? Why I got to be like that? Do, 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 do. You on one and you don't even know it.
So really, that noise is out of here. Like
And you think, like, because I'm too old to break up with grown people. I'm not about to do that. I got one man. That's the only breakup I'm about to have. For me and my sanity, you're not gonna keep calling me, asking me to explain it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Or you may not have the maturity yet for the truth that I want to give you.
that.
So it's better to turn it down. But people stuck in that loop of panic. I don't want to face it. Panic. I don't have the courage to do anything. Panic. I don't know my options. That's why they're stuck.
It's scary.
Yes. And unfortunately, some people don't have the right people to go to. Like, when I break down, I'll just be like, okay, I know what this person gonna say. I know what that person gonna say. First of all, people act like the world has come to an end because I can't, like, I don't get to. And I had to tell my son, because he got up. Now it's okay, baby. And like, you're my child. So even though we have a great sisterhood, and I love it, I love this new journey we're on, where you're almost grown and I'm grown, and we can have that relationship. But you can't handle deep, dark. First of all, you're not supposed to. You know too many of the players, and you can't always be objective. Oh yeah, I get it. So, even though we're so much alike, and you would be a great, I know not to put that on you.
Yeah.
So I was telling Christopher, because he got up at 6 o'clock this morning because one of his friends had surgery, and he went to take her some food. And I know where he is, and he chose to do that for someone else.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
so sweet.
I explained,
Sweet. Yeah.
there are some people in life, and I don't talk about hearing God often.
Yeah.
You're not gonna hear me say, I know I heard God say.
Yeah.
What people don't realize, God speaks to you all the time. He just speaks to your voice. So you
To
don't
your own voice.
When you hear a voice that's not yours, you better make sure all your mental faculties are together. However, there are a few times in my life that I know I heard a God voice that was over, like, don't miss this. Because when I was getting married to my husband, my mother was not happy because we had broken up. And that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. And I don't mind telling it. But we had broken up, and my mama didn't feel like we should get back together. And so every morning I woke up with some messages that I know came straight from God. One of them was that everybody wants to receive a gift in the form of another person. Not many people want to be the gift.
You better speak today, because
when you are the gift, it's not a lot of other people like you. If I met a Christine, do you know I would probably shut the whole world out? Me and her would be so tight, couldn't nobody else get in, like somebody that's just like me. So when I struggle, sometimes people want to fix me. Sometimes people want to give me all the advice I've given them, and not in a good way. Like, you always knew everything, so now let me tell you, honey, why don't you do this? Honey, why don't you do that? Honey, why don't you do? Because that's really how they were feeling me all along. So most of the time, I just have to take it to the chin, and I don't like it. Trust me, I don't like it. But I know if I don't have it now, I don't need it now. So I keep going.
Mm,
If you
I
really
don't have it
believe
now.
God
I
is
don't
not
need it
going
now.
to leave you or forsake you, if you really believe that he supplies your every need, you can't wake up with a need unless I don't stop going to the middleman. That's why I don't get mad at people. Go straight to God. Why you ain't send nobody?
Mm.
Why am I get mad at people around here? You in control? Oh, I don't need nobody. Okay, keep moving. So that's that. Let's get to self-awareness because y'all know how we talk for real, and we don't
Hey,
want
for real, we really
we
could
don't want
talk.
to hold a
Can I
bitch too
can I
long.
share one thing?
You
I
can.
realized, dang, I might have just forgot it. I did have one random question that I kind of want to ask. What format is your Zoom in right now, Mom? Is it showing all four of us?
Oh, it's 3 of us.
Or
I was gonna say 4. Who's here? Who's here? I don't know.
Spirit. It's
No, literally, that's what came to mind. Okay, well, hey, Holy Spirit, how you doing?
it's a black box. I was just curious if it could see all of us while you were talking.
Mhm.
But no, I realized when I left the gym today that I really believe that I am terrified to be cute. Okay, I won't be touched. To like look how I want to look because I think like okay, so I don't like attention. Like I don't like to be sexualized. Like it's uncomfortable.
Right.
And like I think as I get to where I want to be, I'm like, oh no. Like what if like I don't know, something in my mind makes it seem like if I am what I want to look like, I'll be over sexualized and always uncomfortable because people will be staring at me. And it's terrifying. But now I want to, I know I want to have a smaller waist because it's healthier and you look good. And I don't know, like it made me cry because I was like, crap, I did stop wearing dresses. Like I don't know why though.
And we
And
outside
all of that.
you and your therapist, because I ain't gonna say
I
will.
skipped therapy this week.
So you mean to tell me you skipped therapy?
Did we decide we didn't need it? we just skipping therapy now.
So that's what we do?
That's why I got the response I got when I knew you yesterday because you haven't been therapized.
Not therapized. Amber, girl.
But it's back to how much do you really want to know?
Oh, I know. I got 7 years worth of stuff to work through and probably 27. And it's a lot.
I know, baby.
It
Well,
is.
Like
it's only a lot if you say it's a lot.
well, my last therapy session shook me to the core because she was just like, you're not breathing. And I was like, I thought I was. Essentially. Like, it's just crazy.
Well, before we deal with the skip therapy, I'm gonna say one thing and then skip therapy, and then we gonna go into the thing, and then because we don't. I thought we were gonna get a people 30 minutes. So people, I promise
Oh, I'm
time,
sorry. I didn't
it
know
won't
that.
be so long. I hope there's some value in this for you guys. We haven't gone live in the group or done this in the group yet, so maybe we'll just excuse this one as our first run.
Yeah.
And time we'll give y'all a nice, cute 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever.
Whew, that's a lot.
But Amber, I want you and your therapist to start the conversation because she helps me tremendously. Thank you.
We have 72,000 things to talk about. How do you even? Where do you start?
But the
Like,
sexual re-education, that's why I sent you that message when I watched Bridgerton.
oh yeah. That was a
Because
good one. That was a good one.
there are two things that have to happen and two things that probably play a role in that. Your sexual miseducation and your sexual violation play a role in you not wanting to be a sexual being. So start that with her because she'll take the edge off
Retweet.
time we get over here.
Live retweet.
Right. And then
Right.
take your butt to therapy, girl.
I was working out and I realized I love working out. It's like that light bulb moment. Like I keep having the same light bulb moment. Even though I've been working out 3 times a week for like 3 months, it's like I feel so great after working out and I'm so clear. And I'm like, that's why. Like it's crazy. I don't like
Right.
great place.
Right.
Great place of clarity and awareness.
Right.
It's the best. I love it. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of us. I feel like we've all like taken our like health journeys very seriously within this last year or so. And so
Right. And I
we're
have
doing
no
good.
problem being sexual. I'm just saying, summer, y'all better get ready. Y'all better
Wow.
hold.
Wow. Can
You
we
too?
not?
Because y'all don't hear. Oh my God.
Every problem with it. Well, okay, so let's. Okay,
It's gonna be just like this, Amber. Like this is my hair. Like, hey.
Okay, let me drop something here. So, like, how do you the fine line between loving what you look like and not wanting anyone to say anything about it?
No, I do. Say it. I look good. Say it, baby. Let me know. Okay, I'm single, so please let me know, please. Even if I wasn't single, well, maybe this is not for me. Well, yes, it is.
Maybe it's not for me.
Baby, I look good. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my God, y'all are great. Okay, so
But you'll get past it's the
Right.
not wanting people to. It's not that you don't want people to say anything, and then it's not even like you're gonna just everywhere you go get all.
you don't know.
Like it's
If
not.
I look like Meg,
No, I promise you.
you don't know.
Well, and even if you did, that's not your real fear.
I know.
And you
Because Amber.
yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Go ahead. I'm
Sorry. Because in our heyday at BSU, Amber had all of the looks. Like people was like, "Hey,
Girls
you
off.
friend." Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
but I look back.
Girl,
I was like, I didn't wear
yes.
dresses probably because I'm. Oh,
Everybody is literally like, "Your friend is so cute. Is she still with that dude?" Like everybody was asking about you, checking for you all the time. So don't worry.
You're never tired of it before. I can tell you.
How you know?
You really want to be like, oh, say it again.
Yeah, right. Yes, yes. Oh, friend.
So our self-awareness questions of the week. And y'all, I'm telling y'all now, we've been going for 34 minutes. I will not let this go past an hour.
No.
Okay.
And I hope that the people in the group will just watch this when they have time. And I hope I believe that there's going to be something here of value. I believe there's going to be something here that can help other women. I believe, hopefully, us talking candidly, there's somebody else in the group that might join us next time.
Yeah.
And even these don't have to be recorded because we're just recording to let people see what awareness looks like. Next time we might get a group of women and there is no recording and we're just talking and we're talking as long as it takes, you know?
Yeah.
But
I had an idea that we could have like a self-awareness Saturday where we just sit on Clubhouse and talk.
Yes. I mean, because this could be on Clubhouse.
We could be everywhere. We could just be everywhere.
Amber, when you talk about not wanting to be seen, I think I stay away from platforms because I have a form of not wanting to be seen.
Yeah.
And I have yet to uncover what it is that I'm afraid of.
And I'm trying to walk into being seen because being behind the no, let me tell you why. Though.
I felt it. I felt it in my spirit. I get it.
Okay, it's really because of my podcast. Like, I literally speak behind a phone, and so people don't necessarily get to see me. And so this year, I'm like, okay, I want to do more like things like this, like have conversations like this, where people do get to see the person and hear the heart behind what I am saying on the show. So
Well, I am only comfortable with words, so I want to write people to death because I don't want to get on video. I don't want to use my voice. And I do know what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of judgment. I'm afraid of people who don't agree with my opinions. I'm afraid of being picked apart. And I just have to get to the place where I say, I don't care. If you don't believe what I believe, keep scrolling. Find another person. No one has to follow me except those who overwhelmingly want to. If you're undecided, I'll decide for you. Follow someone else. So I haven't had the courage to pull the trigger, but I also know that I have wisdom to share. I have wisdom that's needed. I have perspectives that are not out there because people are just liking and sharing and saying all the same things. And it's
Absolutely.
like, y'all are doing it wrong.
But I will say there's a guy on YouTube who says at the beginning of every video, if you don't like this, don't have to watch it. And he says it so fast.
Send me the link.
The clip.
Send me the link to that. That's
I
funny.
think his name is Manny MUA, I think. And I love it every time he says it.
I love that.
Because
That's awesome.
it's really that simple, people. It's really that simple. I don't want anyone, I don't want any followers that are hostages. In the words of
That part.
They're hostage.
free yourself.
Free yourself.
Please. Please.
You can free yourself.
And that can go on so many different levels. Like free yourself.
You don't love me,
you don't like it.
All to me. Girl, I feel that all in me.
That's so
Please
funny.
don't stay a minute longer than you want to.
And don't fake it either. Don't pretend. Because I am not in the business of faking it. Please. Ooh.
Well, I've been faking it for so long that I don't even know what's real. I'm trying to figure out.
Go to therapy.
You don't skip it.
So I skipped it because I was at a form of therapy. Courtney's gym is therapy.
Yeah, you love
me. No, both of us need to start skipping therapy.
Uh-oh.
Right. Because when you exercise, yes, there are therapeutic things happening.
But I'm talking about we were talking and we was having a great old conversation. But
both of y'all need y'all therapist to be able to come back.
I need to go ask her, did she reschedule?
You do need to ask her that. Be her accountability partner, please.
I will.
All things.
I will.
Okay, so the question I did want to ask all of us.
Okay, question you wanted to ask us all.
Answer. Describe your life in one word, and then you can give me 1 minute that explains your one word. If you had to describe your life in one word right now, where you are in life right now.
Go, Keandria. In 5, 4.
I transition. So I'm transitioning in every aspect of the word. I just recently moved from my parents' house, had my own apartment. That was big. It was major because I did it, but also because I'm alone a lot now. And so I am now having to transition into like a little girl per se. Because honestly, the longer you stay at home, you a kid. And then when you move out, it's like so many responsibilities. It's so many responsibilities that you must take on. Everything that you do or you do not do matter. And so it's just like, well, now I have to cook my own food and clean my own home and do all of these things, but also take care of myself. And so I mentioned the panic attack before, so I'm having to work and it's just a lot. So I'm trying to transition and just figure it out. Just it's a lot. So if you see or do not see me, that is what is happening. That is what is going on. I am trying to transition.
Okay. Amber,
I would just like to commend Keandria because that was exactly a minute and like 3 seconds.
Okay.
Anyways, I was trying not to steal her word because that's a really good one. That is a really, really, really good one. But I would say focus. I wanted to say chaos, but I'm sure you meant a positive word.
Not necessarily, however you feel it.
Oh, you sure? Because I do like it's sometimes organized chaos, but I'll say focus. Because I'm trying to focus on everything. Like, because I realized I've put off so many things for so long that like everything is at level 10 needing attention. Like my health needs attention, my triggers need attention, my what else did I say? Work needs attention, my goals need attention, my dreams need attention, everything needs attention. And I want to give it attention. I think I have time to give it all attention, but I might have to let go of some things that I did for leisure. So yeah, I'm trying to like, cause I know I still struggle with eye contact, and I know I probably need to be in therapy to work on that too. And because that is a glaring one that needs attention.
Keep a running list for your therapist.
God, that list too long. You don't understand. Literally, it's so long.
It's okay, but love yourself every step of the way, because when we were looking for
I can't love myself with brownies though. So.
No, that's not actually loving yourself.
Right.
Right.
Get a smoothie. They got like chocolate smoothies you can make.
Yeah, and we are not gonna therapize Amber about this, because we know how that road will go.
You're right.
You're right. We'll be here another hour.
I'm about to call her on my own time. I'll call you on my own time.
Yeah.
Okay.
But do love yourself along the way, because you are the anchor for all of those things. And once you take care of you, all those things fall into place. But if you are focused on the things and not the you, that's how you get lost. But for 100%. Me, it was so hard to pick one word, because there was like transition and transformation and blossoming and butterfly and level up is where I'm gonna say it. But what people don't realize that, it's like when you're doing that, level up seem real cute. But when you have to say, I've maxed out this level, there's no place to go but to the next one. But I'm not sure if I got everything I need to go there. Like when it gets time to make that transition, like just like that, like leveling up.
Yes, you're not sure.
Whoever said new level, new devils, and all that, like it's true. Like, and so everything that's on that next level, and then uncertainty, because I got good at this level, and now I got to go from being an expert here to a novice there. And it's like being in PhD school, like doctorate level.
Can you say that again? I'm sorry. Like, dang, that's so crazy. Like at a different level, you are going to be a novice.
Yeah, right. That's how I feel right now. Like,
and so you've gotten used to being the expert. Yeah. So you don't want, but you need that in life. It balances to keep you from being a know-it-all. Like if you are the fish in the pond, it's time for a new pond.
Yeah, 100%. Like it keeps you humble for sure, because you are not just knowing everything. You're having to reach and learn and grapple for the answers, and they don't always come as clear as you would like them to. Because like that's for me, like about to graduate from Georgia State with my master's, like it's just like, girl, you don't know what you're doing. You know what you're doing, but you know what? I'm working on me and I'm praying. So it'll be okay.
Because everybody had their day one.
Yes.
Wow, that's deep.
Everybody had the first dollar they made in business, not the millionth, but the first one.
But people forget about that though. People forget about that dollar. We can talk about that another time, because I got a whole you forget about the first dollar, the first step you took, applying to the job.
Like before they were shiny and glossy, like when they still look like us.
Yes.
Yeah.
But and honestly, I feel like that's when you get the most heart. You get the most heart out of a person who is grinding, who getting it out of the mud.
Yeah.
I've never really had to get it out of the mud. I don't know that lifestyle. But I know, like you said, like being regular. Like we're all regular people. Right. We all bleed the same blood. Like it's okay to not know it all, but be willing to work for it. And I think sometimes people forget that part too.
Yeah, because I heard something that said you only need to be 5 minutes ahead of the people you're leading. 5 minutes. Like when you learn it, you only need to be 5 minutes ahead. We are thinking like and I know me and my daughter, we are the over preparers.
Yeah, my mom was that same way, and I think I have a little bit of that as well. Yeah, I think I have. Oh no, my mom is actually that person.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, same. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna tell her that today.
It's crazy because you like realize how much. Oh, sorry. You just realize how much you you think you like. I didn't need all this stuff to go to the gym.
To go to the same gym that you go to.
You and if you're not careful, you'll do that in your craft. I gotta make sure I know this. I gotta make sure I know this because they might ask me this, and then if I'm gonna have this, and then if I'm gonna talk to people, I gotta do this, and then what if somebody asks me about that, and then I don't like.
Agreed.
And then those people that fly half cock, oh, okay. I got this idea. Let me go ahead and start it. And they building the plane as they fly it. And we wonder why they are so much further.
You know, that's right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like even with my show, like you're right. You're so right.
Real life example of over prepare. Why I got all this stuff in my car?
Well, it's Corona, so you need all of them hand sanitizers.
If we're not careful, there are a group of doers and a group of preparers. And if we're not careful,
20 times. When am I gonna do that?
We'll be just preparing.
True.
Y'all are young, so that's good.
You young too, girl.
I've met old people that say this. I was gone.
Wow.
I was gonna start a business. I was gonna do that. Oh, I had the idea for that.
You want to live with no regrets. And I have to continue to tell myself that, like, just do it. And guess what? The worst that could happen is if it doesn't work. But at least you did it. And even if it doesn't work for you, you could now help someone else. Like, hey, I did this. I tried it. It didn't work. So let me give you the tips and tools that I learned. And then maybe it'll work better for you because I was there to help. Because maybe I didn't have someone to help me.
Or even just to cross it off the bucket list to say, True. It wasn't great, but I did it. Guess what? Yeah. I submitted it. I submitted the thing, and I have a list. That's why I have a bucket list of things that I want to do. I don't care if they're successful. I don't care if they're great. I just want to be able to say I did it. I submitted it to the people, and nothing happened, but I did it. So now, in our final 12 minutes, because we only have 12 minutes, because I'm not going to go over. I'm going to try hard not to go over an hour. Back to our self-aware, and all of this is self-awareness.
All of this is self-awareness.
Becoming aware of, and when you're aware, I'm a preparer, because you can't fix what you don't know, and that's why self-awareness is important. If you don't let it be known that this is what I'm doing, you can never change and do something different. So I know I have a habit of preparing. I have a habit of over preparing. We're not going to even talk about my education. I'm not even, I can't even really be proud of my education because I've gotten so much of it. And it's like, okay, so when are you going to do something? You're constipated. Or you're over. Okay. When are you going to take a crap or have a baby? Like my dad literally used to say all the time, shit or get off the pot. When am I going to do that?
Somebody just said it this morning on on a motivational video that I watched. She literally just said that phrase. She just said that phrase, OMG.
And my dad had been since 96.
Man.
So he didn't get it from social media. I grew up.
Yeah, absolutely not. I'm sure. Yeah. That's like some old school.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So and this was, I was going to change my answer because I told y'all up front, I was going to tell who I envy and why.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured that was the most vulnerable. I could be the most bare, and I could let people know envy and jealousy are two different things. People often put them together. Envy is, I see what you have and oh my God, I want it. Jealousy is, I see what you have and I don't want you to have it. Those are two different things. Envy is, everybody envies if they're honest. You don't have to let it go into jealousy. So But envy is important. It's important to know and watch because that shows you your deepest desires.
Hmm.
So I wasn't going to share the thing that I envy because what I envy came at the most inopportune time for disclosure. And that lets me know that's even more of a reason why I should share it. Whew, okay. And so then the thing becomes, will I share it outside of our group? Because I've committed to sharing this in the group. If I make this declaration, will I share it outside the group? Okay, so one thing that I've always envied are people in sororities.
Hmm.
I never pledged, and I have an extreme admiration for sisterhood. I grew up in a dysfunctional family, so my family was not the close knit, loving. You get the people who pour into you. My relatives are my best friends. My cousin was my first best friend. We weren't that close. So the notion of sisterhood, and I have these sisters for life. And what I don't do when I envy is what a lot of people do, is that they downplay the thing they envy. Like, oh, they ain't really sisters anyway. No, I make myself believe it's as perfect as I think so that I don't go through life bitter and hating, because that's how that happens. Like if you envy family and the way you make yourself feel better is think, oh, families ain't close anyway. Well, some are.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see it in that state because it helps me to not get that negativity steeped in me. It's a beautiful thing. So when I see it, I think, wow, they get to be a part of all of this. And I envy that. So what do I do with it? Is I have to look for ways to have sisterhood outside of that. And I have to watch it so that I don't feel sad. Like, look at you, Christine. You didn't do it. You didn't have it. They all have it. You're something else without it. I just have to find other means for sisterhood. So, envying people in sororities and envying families, envying people who have my cousin is my best friend, or my sister is my best friend I call every day and I couldn't live without. Like, it's hard, but it shows me I have a heart for sisterhood and I have to get that satisfied somewhere else.
That was good. I didn't know that. Well, duh, but I love the way that you said, like you try to think of it as perfect as how you think that it is, so that you won't taint your perception or taint someone else's perception of it. Because I mean,
right. That's why people go around hating on the things they envy. That's the essence of being a hater.
And being angry.
It keeps you from
so angry.
Yeah. My family knows I won't even let them talk about celebrities. Like I remember getting so mad at my husband when he said, who's better, Beyonce or Solange? And I'm like, they're sisters. Why would you do that? They wouldn't even want that. They love each other. They champion each other. They don't want people picking one or the other. They might think the other one is like, they be like, ooh, she's so over the top.
It makes sense.
Got it.
It makes a lot of sense, actually. Because they don't. Solange and Beyonce, they do not play about each other. Like, you know what happened in that elevator. So, and that's her husband.
Okay.
This was good. This was great. I know we want to stay in our 1 hour time.
Right.
Do you want to share 10 seconds of what you envy, Keandria? And then
no,
I would do
if you had a different question you answer. She might not have answered that question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know if Amber didn't do her homework, she didn't.
I did. No.
Right. You didn't even know.
So I did. I read all the questions. I just can't see them right now, so I don't remember them.
I was going to say.
Okay, so I can say I envy people who remember stuff. I envy people who literally that's the big one. Like I don't, and I want to do things to increase the amount that I remember, But the first one that came to mind was people who have handouts. Like, what? Like, why were you positioned in a way that you didn't have to take out credit cards? You know, like I do envy that. But I even realized this week that I'ma just now position myself to be able to give them. Like, let me figure out how I can just be handing out money to people. You know, like a hand up instead of a handout. Like, I want to be that level. Oh crap. Okay, and then the last one. So that's two. But another one is people who are silent. And this goes out real crazy for somebody who talk a lot. But like the people who can just be quiet, like Beyonce. Beyonce don't gotta say nothing. But when she do, everybody listens. So I'm trying to learn how to be quiet. It's really hard.
So that's like it's. I think it's because of her influence.
It's her
It's
influence.
because
Like,
of her
and
influence for
I
sure.
envy that. So I
Yeah.
want to be that. I want to learn how to be quiet. Like, shut up, Amber. So that when you speak, people listen.
Right. And I
The
would
end.
try to like go back to the handout, the why. Like go deeper because you went real you would stay surface. And if we're
I felt
self,
that one too. The
like,
handout thing, yeah. Cause
why
like
does it bother you so much that they got that? Because somebody
I
goes
was on. Hey, I was trying to be surface
bankhead.
because we only got 4 minutes.
It's okay. We might go 105. We're not gonna let you skip this, Miss Surface, because I know you. Surface Pro.
Wow.
Somebody wake up in Bankhead and somebody wake up in Buckingham Palace every morning. Why does that bother you?
No, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about.
What do you mean by
That
that?
don't bother me. I don't care about where you wake up.
No,
I'm
saying
talking about the people who.
out. Like you mentioned, why did I have to work for this? So the person in Bankhead
No,
got
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I'm talking about the kids who were set up with trust funds. That like that ain't. I mean, I don't care where you wake up because I would like to wake
no,
up
I'm just
on
calling it that.
Panthersville Road every day.
No, I'm just calling it that.
I want to wake up in Decatur every day
With a hand. So I'm just using that to
with a
describe
handout.
having a rich parent.
Okay, sorry.
So
Go
tell
ahead.
me
Ask it again. Sorry.
why does it bother you having a rich parent?
Because I had to work, and I still gotta work, and I still go to work with $8 in my account. I don't know what.
Okay. Well, marinate on that self-awareness because you might not be self-aware right there. So now it's just I know I have that problem with
Yeah, it's like what you said about acknowledging it. I don't have any deep like resentment. Like I'm not holding on to it. I just know now I would like to get to where I can be that for people who don't have it.
Got it. But if you don't spend some time understanding why, it'll forever be a judgment.
I'm not judging nobody no more. I'm reformed. I'm delivered.
Okay. What, Keandria?
Okay, well, since we did it, since you guys did it, I would like to say I personally envy people who can just do it. Like you said earlier, have an idea and just do it. Like, don't allow anything to stop them. And they may literally have $5 and will make whatever they want happen out of nothing. Like, because I think that I too, like, I want to be prepared. I want to have this in place. I want to have this in place before I can do this, whatever those things are. And so it's just like, people who can just do it, like, hey, I'm going to start a nail bar. And then tomorrow they talk about I'm hiring. What's you hiring for? My nail bar. Wait a minute. Wait, you just said you was going to start yesterday. So, because I have a lot of ideas that I have told Amber about, and it's just like, I need to figure out how to get those ideas off the ground. And I don't think necessarily it's like a how, it's just like a when are you going to do it? Like, just start. It's okay.
And let me tell you what I do, because there was a season I never struggled with envy until my life started falling apart 7 years ago. I really had seen everything I wanted would come to pass, no big problems. I never really struggled emotionally. I've always been a glass half full. So I didn't really have a reason to envy anybody because I just had the notion that these things were gonna work out or my things were gonna happen. But when my children started struggling, and that's another area where I have to check my envy. Like when I see someone who seems like they have a normal existence, like they hit the normal milestones, and keep in mind, like if you like, it's as simple, you have a daughter who wasn't raped, you have a son who wasn't like, and I have to catch myself sometime thinking, man, like I wish I had that. I wish I had a life that wasn't touched by so much trauma, you know? But I then remind myself there is purpose in it. We're gonna get past it. But I never had, until these things start happening, I didn't really envy. And until I started wanting to do something other than be a great worker, I can work rings around anybody I work with. I had mastered that. But going into the do your own creative thing, that's when I started seeing like, oh, I can't really flip the script that easy. So instead of hiding other people's accomplishments, I make myself look at it. I make myself celebrate it. I make myself click love. I have a shelf right here on my bookshelf, these books right here, and you notice they're at eye level. So I can see them every day. That's the shelf where I put books written by people I know. So that I won't ever like, okay, Christine, they did it. Where yours? It can be done. What you waiting on? They did it. It don't matter. It don't matter the quality. It don't matter typos. Because what I'm not gonna do is be a hater and go say that wasn't even a great book. This one had typos. I found something wrong in that. Oh, they ain't all that. No, they did it. It don't matter whether typos or not. They got an ISBN.
Well,
this is how I challenge myself to move past the stuff I am envious of and bring out the best in me instead of the worst in me.
Cues Marvin Sapp.
Yeah, so here we are.
Can you say that one more time?
What's that?
What?
This is how
I force myself to use this as motivation to bring out the best in me instead of the worst in me. Because what I won't be, I might be unaccomplished. I might be a forever starter and never a finisher. I might end up just being a dreamer and a preparer and not a doer. But what I won't be is a hater. You could take that to the bank.
Period.
Not gonna be that. So, ladies.
That's a good one. That was a good one, girl. Well, I will say you pulled the trigger on this. You did.
Yes.
Yes.
We here. It is done.
And after the day I had, and I did while I was watching Bridgerton the second time with my husband, I fully outlined something that I plan to finish this weekend, or at least I started it. So I'm just going to keep going with it. And I'm going to get there. But I think self-awareness shows us our blocks, and we should get curious about it, not defensive, not guilty, not hiding it. Just get curious. Like if we approach ourselves with much more curiosity instead of, oh, girl, why you keep, no, what is that telling you? Why is that there? So that's it.
This was good.
All right.
I enjoyed the conversation.
Ladies, I did.
I'm still childish at the end of this.
Of course.
So silly.
So bye, guys. Thank you. I hope you were able to stay for not y'all, for those who for those who are listening, for those who are watching, I hope you were able to follow us through the entire video. I hope there's something here that helps you in your self-awareness journey. I hope, if nothing else, it shows you self-awareness doesn't have to be scary. Just get curious. Don't beat yourself up. Whatever you find there, ask what it's there for, what it's there to protect, what it's there teaching, what you used it to cope. Like, if we would be so much more gentle with ourselves, we would find that what's there served a purpose. And if it's no longer serving you, it's time to get curious about it so we can get it out. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to stop the recording because I want to tell y'all something. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.